Hello and welcome back to Wasting Another Day listening to the Sound Good podcast. I am your host, as usual, Michael, and today, joining me, again, as usual, is...
Are we just not going to talk about that?
Talk about what?
Like, whatever, just go.
Alright, and on today's episode, we're going to be discussing the recent new release from... we never really did find out where this band is from. But they
Washington?
God, you know,
DC?
Dude, I literally Googled where the hell is wristmeetrazor from, and the first thing that Google showed me was Washington, D.C., so until we get corrected...
Yep, you know? I mean, let's just at them and see if they correct us. We won't be able to edit it in the video, but...
Nah, it's fine. It's fine. We'll be video.
It's fine. Yeah. You're not recording?
Whoa.
Oh.
Anyway, now we're going to be talking about the new wristmeetrazor album, Misery Never Forgets. It came out on Prosthetic Records on January 18th of 2019.
What was my exact wording when you asked what album we should do for this week?
Oh,
I said...
Yeah. You said the one with the bullshit name.
And you came back with like 4 possibilities, and I'm like, what?
Hey, man. When I see a list with Existum on it, I'm like, that's a bullshit name. So
fair. That's fair. But
and what was the other one I gave? I can't remember.
The Drowned God.
Yeah, okay, yeah, you can't tell me that's not a bullshit name. Anyway.
Yeah, but
anyway, yeah, that is going to be the album we're going to be talking about today. We'll start off as per usual with some good old news, and to break the per usual cycle, I will go first. So Micah,
fine.
Go ahead and just sit back, take a sip of your coffee I know you made.
I didn't.
And
we're breaking the cycle.
Just go ahead and break the illusion. Anyway, for my first little bit of news,
that was a fake
Australian.
Continue.
Okay, I will. Australian psych rockers King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard have announced a new album called Fishing for Fishies.
Video is so stupid.
It's really good. They released a single off of it called Psy Boogie.
They also put out Fishing for Fishies.
Oh, did they put the single Fishing for Fishies out? I actually didn't see that.
Yeah, that video is I love it.
Perfect. So there's two there's 2 singles out now for that album, and on Flightless Records, I believe the album must be coming out through Flightless Records, because on Flightless Records' website, they have pre-orders up for the 2 variants of the Fishing for Fishies vinyl. They look fantastic. The first one is the Salmon Polo, which is like a pink, white, and mint green in like a tri-stripe pattern kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like a thirds pattern, I guess.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then the other one is their Fire Goby variant, which is... It looks like just an orange and red and yellow like merge, I guess is what that variant is called. At least it's what I called it the last time we talked about a similar variant. Mm-hmm. So we're going to go with that. But yeah, records look really good. I have not listened to the singles yet because, I don't know, something about the artwork for Psy Boogie kind of threw me off a little bit. But I will
Fishing
have
for
to,
Fishies is much more much more lighthearted. Yeah.
Okay. I don't know. It's not really tame. There's nothing wrong with the artwork.
I have the artwork pulled up here. That's very interesting.
Yeah, it just looks weird. It just looks weird. I don't know.
Yeah.
Really weird choice for art. Oh yeah, that's my first piece of news. What are we doing? Are we blowing the news loads all at once, or are we taking turns?
You just blow it. Just
all right.
Shower
Here
the listener.
Here it all comes. Bad choice of words. All right. Anyway, next piece is the announcement Between the Buried and Me made. I believe it was last week from the recording of this show during the week of the 10th. But Between the Buried and Me announced they're going to be doing a UK and Europe run of a special evening engagement with Between the Buried and Me, performing 2 sets. So it'll be kind of like the Dream Theater show we saw like 5 years ago, where they played a first hour-ish long set, had an intermission, and then played again.
I mean, that's essentially how Dream Theater has been playing for a long time now.
Is it? I actually didn't know that.
Dream Theater almost exclusively does like evenings with, like they never have opening bands anymore. But
okay, that's cool.
Yeah, I'm very jealous that Between the Buried and Me are doing this for fucking.
Yeah, dude, for like EU and the UK, you know what? That only means they're gonna come to the US and like North America with that shit afterwards.
Yeah, maybe they're just like testing it out where like they know that they will like almost sell out shows pretty frequently.
Right.
Because I mean, metal's so much bigger over there in general.
Yeah, and I mean like most of these dates aren't even until like September and November or October. So I mean, it might be a next year thing. Who knows?
Yeah, and they're doing a special. The way the show's going to be set up is going through like all 20 years of their like career, you know, so they're definitely going to be playing some older stuff from like.
I'd be willing to put money down. They play Arsonist.
Yeah, I'd be surprised if they played more than that from the self-titled, but then I'm sure a few like Mordecai from, you know, Silent Circus.
Oh yeah, they might play what is that stupid named one, Adele de Gilmut or whatever.
Maybe, yeah. that one dude wanted them to play when we saw them.
God, dude. Ugh.
But yeah, no, Dream Theater doesn't really do that very often with their evenings with. They just like structure weird shows at this point. So, but
yeah,
it's the only thing I can think of in comparison is Rush's final tour was like the R40 tour where they the whole tour was actually backwards instead of like the way Between the Buried and Me. I'm assuming it's going to do it. Like Rush started with their newest material and the encore was like from their first album, you know?
Oh, yeah.
So I think they'll probably do it.
So yeah, that's happening, and then right after that tour, they're going to be going right into a Tesseract. They're going to be going into a Tesseract, BT Bam, and Pliny tour.
Really?
Across the UK and Europe as well.
They must have made really good friends with Tesseract.
Yeah, dude, right? So yeah,
and I guess to be topical, and to break up your you're
stopping my load, dude.
Yeah,
Squeeze. Let me finish. Let me finish, dude. Please.
Squeeze your prostate. No,
let me finish. All right, so we were trying to like just use like analogy for that whole thing, but you just said straight fuck it, dude.
Fuck it.
All right. Yeah, whatever. Go ahead.
I don't know. Tesseract's lead singer is going to put out a solo album. That's all I want to interrupt for. Just to be topical at the moment. I forgot what his name was.
God damn it. I did too. I feel really bad about that now. Oops.
They're very nice people. We talked to some of them.
Yeah.
At the show we were at, but no, that could be interesting because he has a really unique voice. I'd be interested to know like what kind of music his brain comes up with.
Yeah, that's what I was curious about. I wonder what it'll be like, if it'll be like Tommy's solo stuff or more like Tillion's solo stuff, where it's just a more poppy electronic thing. But we'll never know, or how much. We'll never know. We will know soon.
Or how much influence from Tesseract will actually be in it. You know,
right? That too. That's a big thing too. Okay. So, my last little bit of news, and last and most importantly. I'm saying this because I'm a little biased, but with the new La Dispute album that comes out on the 22nd of March this month, 2019, last week they decided to release, they call it a game. I haven't really had the chance to play it.
Haven't played anything yet?
But I feel like it's just like an interactive music video kind of.
It looked a little like a Journey to me.
Yeah. It looks like it's a walkthrough. Here, I'll read it to you. It's this thing called Pilgrimage, and it's a program you can download. It's a game you can download from ladispute.itch.io, and it's a free download. You can pay if you want, and all the proceeds go as donations to the Trevor Project, which is an organization that deals with crisis intervention and suicide prevention for the LGBTQ community. So that's really good for that. Really, really cool for them that they're doing something like that to help out a community like that too. Really good on La Dispute for that shit. But yeah, Pilgrimage is a way to discover the lyrics and music of Panorama in full. So I believe you can hear the entire album before it comes out on the 22nd via this game.
Just from the art style, I'm really interested to see like how that music fits in with it.
Yeah. The art style is like if you're a video game player and you know what Journey is, or like Flower, like that really the games that were released by that game company is the name of the company. Yeah, the company's name is That Game Company, just to avoid confusion.
Jesus.
Yeah. The game company's name is That Game Company.
Wow.
Yeah, really good company name.
It's almost as bad as From Software.
Yeah, exactly, right? So yeah, that was a thing that came out. So it's pretty cool. Like I said, it's available at lawdispute.itch.io. It's a free download or name your price if you feel like making a donation to the Trevor Project. But yeah, that's just some more hype to hype up Panorama, which again comes out on the 22nd of March, and I am super excited for it.
I've been wondering where my vinyl is.
Yeah, I'm waiting for it too. Cannot wait, dude. I got
so many things are coming out at the end of March.
Yeah, everything's coming out in March, dude. There's so much shit that's coming out in March. Like, Panorama is coming out next Friday. So is the new Free Throw album.
Oh,
What's
shit.
Past is Prologue. So is American Football LP3's coming out Friday as well. There's like so much shit coming out in March, dude. There's so much shit. There's so much.
Rip.
So much. I'm so excited. It's going to be a good fucking month for me.
Yeah, it will be. Yeah, I'm happy for you.
Woo.
I mean, I guess me also. I think that'll be my first exposure to American football. I might hold out on listening to old stuff. I've never listened to them ever. So
honestly, from what I've heard of the album, it'll be a lot better than being exposed to LP2.
Nice.
Yeah. That's just my
like,
opinion, though.
They're one of those bands I've always heard of. Like, I've heard people talk about in the same way Law Dispute, where like, because like I feel like they're kind of old and to the point where like people talk about them very nostalgically because like I think you got it, but like it's so nostalgically that I think that it's a band that doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, right. Yeah, no, this band's been around since American football's been around since like 1998, and then they went on hiatus / broke up and formed a bunch of other really good early emo bands in like 2000, 2001.
I see.
Or something like that. Like American football came from the remnants of Captain Jazz, and all the Kinsella brothers went and formed their own shit from American football, and after all that stuff, and then they came back in 2016 with LP2. I don't know, kind of a lukewarm return. Wasn't really a fan of it, but with what I've heard so far on LP3, I'm fully excited and fully erect. So yeah, that is my news load. I have blown it everywhere. So it is your turn.
I'll get the mop. No, I have to clean.
Are you sure? I mean, we can just go right into the review then. It don't matter.
So, I guess I just kind of threw it in here because I feel like it pertains to all music people in general. I guess Amazon and Spotify are being huge assholes, which isn't too new, but you know,
yeah, right.
They're just taking more money from the artists that they have streaming. And it's like, yeah, you need it totally. Great.
Yeah, right. Jesus.
But yeah, there's that, and then the new Fallujah album is out and streaming, and we'll see if I will be a biased fuck about that. We'll see.
Oh yeah. I'm telling you, man, you got to give it a try. Just listen to it as an isolated album.
I will. I'll give it a proper sit down like I do all of our albums, where I just sit on the couch with my nice headphones and just, you know, pure quiet.
Right. Hell yeah.
But yeah, there's that, and then everyone should go call 1-833 Bargain Boy.
Oh yeah. Yeah, there was a new.
And press 6 for Sam's hot lips. Do it.
No, I forgot to mention that. Yeah, the Thank You Scientist is doing some weird shit, man.
Yeah.
You wanna delve into that a little bit more?
Well, so we're pretty sure that Thank You Scientists are maybe like putting out a new album soon, possibly. Not unclear, because we saw them post like recording, like, here's the part of our recording process, and he was like singing into a mattress.
Yeah, right.
On Facebook, like wearing like a wrestling mask, and
hey, we don't know who that was, to be fair.
You saw his build, you know who it was.
We don't know who that was. He was wearing a mask.
Well, it definitely wasn't Brian Posehn. And it's
how many? It's only been 1,214 days. Stop it.
8 days.
8?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's been a week.
I thought it'd been 2. All right, we're good.
So they just kind of, I don't know where they posted this. You just told me to call the number, but yeah, you can call the support line for like Creamco, I guess.
Yeah,
which is like the ice cream company, or something.
It's
right?
it's this company that's now here, hold on.
It's the company that now like owns Thank You Scientist, right?
Yeah. It's the company that will now be owning Thank You Scientist, releasing their music, putting some sweet, nice corporate marketing into their back catalog. Which, by the way, all of Thank You Scientist music is no longer on streaming platforms because Creamco is digitally enhancing this music with
Cream
ads for Creamco. Can't wait.
Yeah,
but
that's
make sure
bizarre.
you give 1-833 BRGN BOY. That's 1-833 Bargain Boy a call.
Yeah. When I pressed 6 for Sam's Hot Lips, all I got was like please hold music, like quality of like Oops I Did It Again and various other like early 2000s pop. So I don't know. I'm pretty sure I heard some. Like I think when you call the number, I think you totally do hear some new music. Like just without pressing anything.
And then I pressed 4, and I'm almost positive what I heard was a MIDI version of a new track. It doesn't sound like any old Thank You Scientist music, but it's definitely a Thank You Scientist song.
Yeah.
And it's definitely in MIDI form.
That's how it's going to be on the album. That's what they mean when they're digitally enhancing all the other songs.
That'd be funny, actually. That would be. But yeah, I can't wait to actually hear the music. They did release a video, a digitally pixelated video of totally not Thank You Scientist playing some new music.
I like this direction they're going down.
Yeah, well, they can't post a video of themselves playing because Creamco said so.
Yeah.
So, I mean, in order to bypass that, they got 7 other dudes who look scarily similar to Thank You Scientist to
it's in their Cream
play.
contract.
And then it's weird because the video is really pixelated, so you can't really tell who's in it. So, I mean, I don't know. Could be anybody. You never know. It's totally not Thank You Scientist, though, because that would be illegal, according to Creamco's contract deals.
But, yeah, I don't know if, like, because I don't, what, was there earlier stuff released on a label? It had to have been. Right?
Yeah, Evil Inc.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Yeah,
so yeah, I'm interested to know if like they're just like going completely independent.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure Maps of Non-Existent Places was released on Claudio Sanchez's label.
Okay.
Because they had that Coheed connection.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, yeah, good for them that they're even able to. Because from the sound of it, if they're pulling down their stuff to re-upload it, it's because they totally got the rights to it. So that's good for them.
which would be absolutely sick. Or they're switching labels, or
that
they're
too.
switching everything to label,
and
like everything
still,
over to another label.
Even then, good for them that they negotiated that they can switch their old stuff to a different label too, because that's always a problem.
But all right, enough of speculation on that.
Yeah. And then my final thing that I enjoyed quite a bit, I know that you kind of were vocal about perhaps not, is that there's a new Devin Townsend single out. It's called Evermore. There's a really cute music video of a cat flying through space.
I actually might listen to it just to see the music video.
It's a very theatrical song, especially.
I'm a bitch for cat videos, so.
I mean, it's like a animated space cat.
Yeah, even better.
Yeah, it's not anything like the first single he put out, Genesis, where Genesis was like extremely like heavy and theatrical. Like this is a lot more theatrical and like atmospheric in the Devin Townsend sense. It's not like light and atmospheric, but like there's there's not as many blast beats as like Genesis had.
Okay, I feel.
Yeah, but it's still definitely sporadic. This album's gonna be nuts. It's just gonna be all over the place.
Adam. Yeah.
Empath is gonna be crazy. I did pre-order Empath, and it's kind of weird that you can only pre-order it like through UK sites or like Europe sites, but there are some really cool variants that are all sold out, of course. So I had to get the black vinyl. Like there was like purple and like yellow and other things.
That just reminded me. You said that was the last piece of news.
Yeah, I forgot. Yeah. Talk about this.
So then, there was an announcement last week. Not Mastodon. Jesus, wow. Ugh. Sorry. There was an announcement last week. Baroness did finally announce the name of their new album. It is Gold and Gray, which is
not brown and
really
gray.
cool. Really cool color pairing. Yeah, I mean, dude, it looked like brown. I'm sorry. Whatever. I got half of it right. Shut
Mustard.
up. Yeah, mustard and gray. I think they missed out on a good opportunity of naming it Mustard and Gray, honestly.
Just Dijon.
Yeah, Dijon. They swap from naming their albums colors and then naming them after food.
Condiments.
Dijon. Yeah, just condiments.
Schmuckers.
Oh my god, dude, yes. Schmucker's strawberry jam.
I want to name a dog Schmuckers. I just want that to be on the record.
Oh my god.
That'd be a perfect dog name.
But yeah, they actually released a studio version of the new track Borderline that you could only hear previously on their tour.
And they also put out a music video.
There was a music video for it.
Yep.
Yes, and they put up pre-orders for there was 6 different variants, only printed 500 each, and they sold out within 20 minutes ish of me noticing, which was about 5 minutes after they'd put us. So within half an hour, all of the colored variants were sold out, and they had some really good ones, man. Since it's a double
never
album,
saw any of them.
Oh yeah, dude, they looked. Oh my god, there was some really cool ones. Since it was a double album, it's a 2 LP. Obviously, LP 1's going to be gold, and LP 2 is going to be gray, just like they did with yellow and green. The first, they had a couple of. I think the coolest variants I saw were they had a double clear splatter variant where the LP was clear, but then the first LP had gold splatter, and the second one had gray splatter. Looked really cool. Then they had a yellow splatter, where so it was like a yellow vinyl with gold splatter, and then a yellow vinyl with gray splatter. That one looked okay.
Yeah.
They had a translucent gold and gray.
Ooh.
Just where the whole thing was just a solid gold, but it was translucent, and then a solid gray, and it was translucent. Those were easily the top ones that I saw. So
yeah,
I
would have liked that, honestly.
Yeah, that
six to the theme.
Right, yeah, it's exactly what I was wanting to get to, and then they sold out because I didn't have any money, and I got paid the next day, which really made me sad.
Yeah, because I kept on I checked repeatedly after you were talked about it, and the end of the list, it was just vinyl, CD, T-shirt, cassette.
I know.
I never even saw any of these. That's
really
I can't believe
sad.
they updated their site fast enough. Instead of just putting sold out.
Right, yeah, I'm hella surprised about that. I was bummed.
I had to double check that was the right link.
I'm pretty sure all they have left is the 140 gram black, and that's out of 500. And then they have, or no, the 180 gram black was out of 500, out of 1,000.
And 140 is just normal.
Yeah, 140 is the regular weight, so that's unlimited. But I still might pick that up just because I might want to have the album on vinyl.
Yeah, just having that artwork on a big gatefold is enough for me.
Oh my god, dude! Yeah, the local record shop downtown has actually several copies of yellow and green and of red, and I was thinking about picking those up, but they kind of overpriced them. So
yeah, I kind of went down a cool rabbit hole of looking at it because I hadn't actually seen most of the other artworks, and I like that they're really sticking to it. I think that they're not only sticking to the style, but also really improving upon it at this point.
Oh yeah,
it's nuts. Whoever that artist is, good for him.
Really good artist, Jesus. Okay, well anyway, that was 24 minutes of news and intro BS.
Wow, we talked about news longer than the actual album is.
Yeah. Speaking of which, here we go. All right, so like I mentioned in the intro, today's album discussion is going to be Misery Never Forgets from Prosthetic Records' metalcore screamo band Wristmeetrazor. This album came out.
Razor?
It's just Wristmeetrazor.
Oh wow, I didn't.
Yeah,
okay.
it's like you're saying it to somebody. Wristmeetrazor.
Oh hi.
Yeah. Oh hi, Wristmeetrazor.
Make sure to go down the road. Not across it.
Yeah.
Oh, what?
But probably not good jokes. Reading up some backstory of this band, I guess it was formed out of a bunch of it was venting on those topics. So yeah, probably not a good joke.
Edit. Edit it out, but keep
we'll
it in
fine.
like probably not a good joke.
No, we'll be fine. We'll be all right. It'll be fine. But yeah, no, this album came out earlier this year, January 18th on Prosthetic, like I said. 9 songs long, only 20 minutes. It's a fucking banger of an album, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's kind of, you could maybe say it's a little heavy.
It's
a tiny bit.
This is probably like the first thing I've listened to seriously and enjoyed in like the past 10 years that's been remotely close to grindcore, I would say.
Yeah, and just like so filthy and dark, I guess.
Yeah, well, it's
all I can think of is like Old Grey that I listen to.
Yeah, I would call this style of music, I would think this would fall under like the emo violence label, because it's got the really heavy like screamo and like screamos and like hardcore sound to it, but the emotions portrayed in the lyrics are the lyrics are pretty emo. So I mean, I think it falls into the emo violence.
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, the first track, Loathsome, the whole first block of lyrics are "Your warmth's unforgotten, wounds may heal, but the scars stay."
I don't know.
So I mean, I don't know, and it kind of just ends. It kind of just ends with "We shattered like porcelain, our future dead and vacant. A dull razor wrote our end. A cut for each day I'm alone again."
I don't know.
Yeah, emo violence for sure. That's what I'm calling it. This is an emo violence record. But yeah, I actually heard about this band through. I'd seen them mentioned in a couple of Facebook groups I've been in, but what really got me to listen to them was I get emails. I'm subscribed to Prosthetic Records' email list or whatever, and I didn't know they were on Prosthetic.
What kind of music is typically on Prosthetic? Is it basically this
heavier metal, like metalcore kind of stuff? Because I
mean, it sounds
the Atlas Moth is also on Prosthetic.
Okay.
So if you remember them, it's that music a lot. It's really core stuff.
I guess I kind of imagined this, especially from the album art, to be more from like Relapse Records. From what I can
feel that for sure.
Because Relapse has definitely like more on the violent side of metal with all their bands,
right?
I would say,
right. But yeah, this is just a little 3-piece band.
Oh wow!
I have no idea where they're from, because
I never would have guessed that they were 3-piece.
They're so evasive.
They're very mysterious.
so evasive. Nobody must know where I am from. Nobody.
They were retroactively like sitting there like messing with your search results every time you search them. Like you can't find us. But yeah, so in terms of talking about, you can't really ignore the band name. First of all, I guess.
Yeah, it's like I said.
There's that.
Like I said, according to Prosthetics bio on them, this started from the guitarist and vocalist Jonah. It was a solo project for him, I guess, and it was just a bedroom project all about venting the frustration about thoughts of suicide and mental illness and all this other jazz. Yeah, all the other really fun stuff. I shouldn't say that. That kind of that sounds insensitive. It's not though.
So yeah, and then there's that, but I would just honestly say, like, usually bands like this, when you have art kind of the way they do, I'd be interested to know, like, be a fly in the wall in the room of the inception of that, because like normally I would definitely steer clear of album, like a band that has album art like this for me personally.
Yeah, it's very like
it's
I don't want to
focus.
I don't want to focus too much on the album art, because it's one part of the album and it's not even like a vital part of it really. But
no, it's not.
It does that's catch your eye a lot.
Why it stands out, because I don't think that the music really matched it that much.
Yeah,
for me personally,
the album art's definitely a little more extreme than the tone of the music. While the tone of the music is still heavy and does still have heavy themes and extreme themes, it is nowhere near
as extreme as
the extremeness of the album art. But that aside,
what about the music though?
What about the music though, man? I'm gonna tell you right off the bat, I love this album.
Yeah, I was
not
pleasantly
not
surprised.
knowing. Yeah, right. Like not knowing what to expect going in, because I had seen this band get talked about in like emo groups. Shout outs Midwest emo posting. Somebody had mentioned it and it kept getting brought up, and I was like, whatever. It's just some edgy name, like I wrote haikus about cannibalism in your yearbook. You know, I was like, it's just one of those edgy name bands. Whatever, dude. Never really gave it a listen until I got that email from Prosthetic, and I was like, oh wait, why are people in an emo group talking about a band on Prosthetic Records?
Mm-hmm.
So, but I hit it up, and I definitely feel the influence. It definitely has a lot of early screamo and hardcore and like early emo, like lyrically, like influenced lyrically in that aspect. But it definitely has the hard hittingness of early emo and screamo and all that hardcore and grindcore influence, especially on tracks like. Okay. Do you have any like general opening thoughts before I like start breaking down like certain tracks and stuff like that?
Yeah. Well, hopefully I'm not gonna do that myself with kind of one of my thoughts, but like, since I'm still, even at the start, I was still almost expecting it to be essentially grindcore, because they do this thing on a few tracks where they start with like very, like, I don't know how to describe the effect, but it's like recorded like voices of people talking, you know?
It's like a phone recording.
Yeah, and it's just like something about that in heavy music is always just very ominous and like threatening to me.
It's very telling. It's very telling.
And you're like sitting there like,
go,
oh no. But then like
I'm in danger.
Yeah, basically. But like when the song actually hit, like, you know what? It wasn't as threatening as I thought it would be, like, at all. It was actually just like it was still like kind of a gut punch, but like, you know,
right.
Still down to clown with it.
Yeah, I love his vocals. It's very aggressive, but like tame enough in the point to where it doesn't scare anybody off. Like, hopefully. Yeah,
like I don't think that they really like the atmosphere around each of the songs. Like, it's not like, it's not scare you off, but it is still like, for me at least, I was like kind of intrigued a little bit, like to stick around to like kind of experience like what they were throwing down.
Right.
But
so then to get like into the album a little bit, to try and not keep this episode too long, but this album had like such a weird flow to it, in my opinion, because it starts off like really strong with Loathsome and In Line for Halos.
Yeah.
And I don't want to say the songs get samey, because they use like similar tricks for their riffs.
Yeah.
Like I think almost every song on this album has like a riff where it's like something where it's like low chugs into a high like
dissonant
stab.
Like,
or like a dissonant like panic chords, like bum 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 bum.
Yeah, I was gonna comment on that. Yeah.
Like I'm pretty sure every song has that in some capacity, but
I don't think it ever got boring.
Yeah, that's exactly the point I was going to make, is that like when other bands do it, it kind of gets too samey and boring. But I think that the compactness of this album in general, and it only being 20 minutes long, even though it's 9 songs, like that really like bodes in its favor for sure. Because I feel like if this were extended another 20 minutes to be like a 40-minute album, I wouldn't be able to stand it.
Yeah, and I think for me, I think that it definitely just didn't get boring, because they clearly had things to say, right, on every single song. And I think that also lends itself to why it's only 20 minutes, because they got out everything they had to say, you know?
Right, exactly. They like, none of these songs are like dragging, like none of these songs drag on forever. Yeah, they don't feel forced. Everything feels like it's a very natural flowing like progression, especially in the middle section of the album from tracks 4, 5, and 6. I think XOXO Love Letter from a Loaded Gun ties in with these
that
two.
One, yeah, isn't that like a little bit of a quieter one for a stretch?
Well, you've got Come On In, The Water's Pink, which is a really like ominous ambient kind of like, it almost kind of sounds like that shitty noise track I made. It's like these middle two, like Come On In, The Water's Pink, and Goodbye Sweet Betty are like borderline harsh noise tracks.
Yeah.
And I really dig that. I really, really dig the flow of those two songs.
Yeah.
I'm not entirely sure, like I said, if XOXO fits in with those two, but it is also just another really, really good track. And yeah, speaking, like you said, getting everything out to say, this album and this band, but specifically on this album, they do a really good job of, the songs are short, but they feel so full.
They really do.
Like these songs, like when I first listened to this album, I didn't realize it was only 20 minutes, but after listening to Loathsome, I think that track is only a minute and 40 seconds or something, like a minute and 41 seconds.
It feels like, I mean, from a traditional like relative sense, like it feels like just a whole song, like, you know, like a full 3-minute song.
Yeah, its structure makes it feel full enough to, like, it feels like you just listened to a 3.5 or 4 minute long song, but really you just listened to a minute and 45 seconds, and it's like, wow.
Yeah, and I think that's also really in this album's favor, because like music like this can also just get very like exhausting, I think.
Yes.
To a listener.
Yes.
You know.
Yeah.
It's very taxing emotionally, and
and just listening to it, man, like all the dissonant chords and stuff just going on, it's like,
it's very
sometimes
chaotic.
Yeah, sometimes it just takes a toll, but like this album does a really good job of not getting old like that.
Nope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
one of my favorite aspects
what did you think
of it.
Like anything?
Yeah, one of my favorite aspects of it was, like, I mean, the production quality is just fantastic, I guess, to say.
Yeah, I forgot to mention that.
Because did we mention at all like what album this is for them? Do we even know?
God,
I
want to say this is their first album.
Maybe.
Hold on. Oh, definitely not. There was a demo in 2017. Okay. There was 2 EPs titled "I Talk to God, but the Sky is Empty." That was EP 1 and 2. And then this is the first full length, I guess.
Quote unquote. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's 9 tracks. It's a full length.
I guess so. Yeah, if you want to go by that definition.
Yeah.
I hate that there's no solid rule.
Dude, I will forever go by that definition of an EP and an LP for the sole fact that that Explosions in the Sky has an EP called The Earth Is Not a Cold Dead Place, and it's only 4 songs long, but it's like 40 minutes. So I will forever sit with, if it's less than 8 tracks, it's an EP.
I mean, hey, Automata 2's 4 songs and it's like 35 minutes. So
yeah. Well, it's a fucking EP.
Yeah. So like, I can't remember off the top of my head, like, because I know that the drums are just mixed like perfectly for this kind of music. Like there's enough just oomph to the kick drum where I need it to be. But like the thing that impressed me the most was like the bass, honestly, is something that normally I would probably dislike. But like I think that it worked really well with how they mixed it in here, because it was like, see one more time to say like. Anyway,
here I need to get a little ding sound effect counter for every time, just like ding.
But like,
you're fine. Just go.
Yeah,
talk.
just like, I don't know. The bass was just mixed in such a way to where it was itself like lending itself to the wall of sound that the instruments were. You could never really distinguish any bass leads at all, you know?
Yeah, and I think that's like all right, because it didn't need to, but it did a really good job of adding that bass. Like it did a really good job of adding the low to it. And like
you could still hear the plucking of the bass, like in the rhythm of it, but it was like a very widespread sound that it had. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah,
is a way to describe
it wasn't like it wasn't compacted and like compressed into hell and back,
or just like hearing individual, like I guess notes on the bass necessarily. It's so hard to describe. That's why it kind of went for like describing as like bass leads, you know, like you didn't hear any of that. You didn't hear any like doo-doo-doos. They were like really just fat and wide. That like covered the entire like breadth of the soundscape that they had.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Nobody else might, but I know what you mean.
Sometimes tone and mixing is really hard to describe. You're just like, just listen to it, man.
Dude, that's why audio engineers use stupid terms like, oh man, that mix could be a little more crunchy, dude.
Yes.
I don't know.
Scoop it.
No, I mean, scooping is an actual thing, but like...
Oh, really? Is it?
Yeah. No, I mean, I can totally
term.
explain to you why it's called scooping.
Please don't. Not here.
Okay, I'll do it after. I'll do it after the recording. But yeah, I mean, it's a really short album, really short debut LP from Wristmeetrazor, 20 minutes long. Still fantastic for what it is, for the content that is in there. It feels like a lot more than it actually is, and that's not a bad thing in this situation, like at all. Like a lot of other things, when it feels more than what it is, it's probably not good.
Yeah,
but this does a really good job. Like, this does a really good job of having all these ideas and all these like things that need to be said and need to be done in the music that are fulfilled. And like nowhere in this album does a song sound like lacking because it's so short, or sound like, oh man, I really wish that could continue on a little bit longer. It's like every song is succinct and is as long as it needs to be.
Yeah,
I think this album is just really, 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 really good. Really good.
Yeah, we never had one of those scenarios where I think we had it on maybe Everyone Will Fall. I don't remember what track it was on the previous episode, but just a scenario where you're like, yeah, it was really good, but there was this one song that really just like stood out, you know?
I mean, yeah.
Like, because that happens every now and then. Like, that definitely happened on like the Cursive album. I don't remember what the song name was, but
Ouroboros.
Shut up. But yeah, everything, like, yeah, it all has a purpose. It all belongs there. I don't know that did the final song feel like a proper like climax / outro to the album, like that we enjoy bringing up?
I don't know. I don't think this album really like
it's not really
tried
a journey like
to that. Yeah. It just kind of like came out right off the bat with Loathsome. Like it wasn't like trying to work something up, like kind of like how Good Night from Lilac Kings was and all that stuff. Like I don't think it really had anything to build up to and to complete.
Yeah,
I guess.
It's not really a tension and release album. It's just a release album.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
But I think that's all right.
I'm not saying that's a bad thing.
I like the final track.
Wondering if it did that. I couldn't remember.
Yeah, no, it doesn't like wrap up the album by any means, but it does. Like it still fits the style of the album and all that stuff. And like when it ends, you're just kind of like, oh wow,
yeah,
oh wow, that was only 20 minutes. Oh wow.
Yeah, that's the thing. I was gonna say, like, despite it being 20 minutes, if you bought this album, I would honestly be super happy to buy it because it is a complete package. I would say. Well, you can't just say like, oh, I'm not going to pay this much because like length. Like, I think that this is a completely full product.
Right.
In all honesty.
Well, lucky for you. If you want to give them $2 per song, they have vinyl.
Do tell.
Oh yeah.
Tell me more.
I mean, you've seen it. You saw it.
Shut up.
It. They've got 2 current vinyl variants. I believe they're out of 200. Each on their Bandcamp and on Prosthetics website. Still, they look pretty cool. There's one that's like a solid, like a solid crimson kind of, and it's got, I think it looked like it had like a white or gray splatter on it. I'm not sure.
It was like gray splatter.
Yeah, the gray with oxblood splatter is sold out, and then the other one is like, what was it?
It's like blue,
yellow, and black.
Yeah.
Some weird.
And don't be deceived by the pictures. They are like digital.
Yeah, the pictures are digital renderings that aren't even like high res. Yeah, so
it's not what
the colors are probably correct, but the pattern is not accurate.
Yeah,
that's all right.
I think that they go really well with what the album art is. So, like, despite me talking about how kind of off-putting the album art is, I would kind of love to have it on vinyl a little bit.
Oh, I would absolutely love it.
I would put this up on my shelf with pride.
Oh yeah, dude.
People would ask questions.
I would absolutely love this shit on vinyl.
Oh yeah, and just to listen to it on vinyl too would be just nuts, honestly.
But yeah, that I think wraps it up for the review and discussion section of this episode. We have a consensus that it is a great album and that you should check it out. Like I said, it is released on Prosthetic Records.
Judge a book by its cover.
Yeah, definitely do not, because you will be so wrong.
Unless it's that one band that I found a long time ago that was a grindcore band, and they're really bad, and the vocals sound like somebody pooping in a bucket.
Hey, cool. That's vague enough to where I don't remember it, but somebody will.
I can't remember the band's name, but I know the album art, and it's really bad. Grindcore.
Beautiful.
What have you been doing musically?
What have I been doing, man? I don't know. I haven't really done anything else. I finally got that Axe effect.
Getting Axe?
So I'm stoked. I'm waiting for that thing to come in.
Has it still not come in?
Dude, no. Because
for delivery since 5 a.m. yesterday?
Yeah, but I guess UPS doesn't do like Saturday or Sunday delivery unless you specifically pay for it extra. And I'm assuming that the guy I bought it from on Reverb did not, because it was free shipping. So
nice.
But yeah, hey UPS, if you could fix your shitty tracking system, that would be fantastic. So I'm not sitting here in anxiety for 3 fucking days because
postponing podcast recording.
Dude, I mean, come on. When it needs a signature, like, if it needs a signature to be accepted, homie, if I'm not here...
No, that's what I mean. Like, UPS, come on. Like, we need to at least know.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if a package requires a signature, please give me accurate tracking, because, for God's sake, I want to be here when it comes here so it doesn't get sent back to your shitty facilities and thrown around like the fucking not piece of electrical equipment it is.
Yeah, but no new music for the most part.
Shit. I mean, I've been listening to the new Fallujah album that you mentioned.
I need to start, but yeah.
Yeah, you need to start because it's actually not as terrible as you were saying it was prior. I've been doing a lot of re-listening to the new the Law Dispute singles from Panorama. I discovered a new musician name by the name of I hope I'm not butchering this because I think he's Russian, so I hope I'm pronouncing this right. It looked I'm gonna pronounce it like an American. Jacob Zaiteki.
Honestly, it's probably right.
I mean, Jacob or Yakub or Jakub or something like that, but I'm pretty sure the last name is Zaiteki.
It's fine.
Really cool, just like solo, I'm assuming, project, prog metal project. It's not like genty. I guess it's not really metal either. It's kind of it's really weird. It's like a mix of like lo-fi hip hop and then prog guitar mixed with a little bit of like how Andres plays guitar. I don't know. It's really interesting music though.
Weird. Really
interesting music. Definitely worth a listen. And then I've also been listening a little bit to a recent album by a band called Shinguard. They're a screamo band. Their latest album 2020 came out on the 13th of February of this year, and so I've been giving that a little listen. Another really good album. I will not make you listen to it for the sake of just having everything I recommend be emo or screamo.
Yeah, I mean, I've been victim of that too. I've been recommending a lot of pop punk and shit.
I'm trying to indoctrinate you if you haven't noticed.
Dude, I've been here.
I'm down with emo. How many fucking times do I have to say it, dude? Until you can name every Kinsella brother, I don't believe you.
You got me there.
Uh-huh.
Who?
The Kinsella brothers.
I don't know who that is.
It's American football, Captain Jazz, Joan of Arc, Owen. Yeah, see, I know. That's why I'm indoctrinating you. Anyway. What about you? Have you found anything new to listen to? Anything new and interesting, huh? Mr. Hot Boy Gamer Girl?
Lee McKinney is a upcoming, I guess. I don't know how many albums this dude has put out, but he has an album coming out on Sumerian called Infinite Mind soon. Oh. So there's that. And I don't know why its album art's actually reminding me a lot of Jordan Rudess's new solo album.
What kind of music is it?
It's
you said Sumerian, prog. So I mean...
It's instrumental prog. It's not Sumerian core at all.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So wait, it's on Sumerian and it's instrumental prog. Is it gent or is it Does it gent or is it tamer?
It does gent, but it is tame also.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
Kind of like a nice Pliny mixture or something.
Yes, a lot like that.
Awesome.
Yeah,
fantastic. Can't wait.
And
what was his name again?
Lee McKinney.
Lee McKinney. You'll have to send me that when it comes out, because I will forget.
Yeah. Yeah, there's that, and then I've just been jamming my my Stupid Dream Theater and Protest the Hero vinyl more, just because I have it.
Right. I need to listen to Scurrilous now that I have it. Actually,
You still haven't?
No, dude, because I
shit.
put a bunch of books on my record player. So like,
I don't want to move.
William Bonney's All Tens just been chilling in there for the past like 2 weeks.
Yeah, and then I went down the road again of just lots of Job for a Cowboy, since we talked about it a lot.
Fair enough.
Yeah, because I just wanted to reaffirm my sadness that they haven't put anything out. They're not on hiatus, so they're not.
Supposedly,
they're not native construct. Yeah.
All right.
Well, yeah, just mostly old stuff lately. I haven't really found a lot of new things just yet, aside from that first guy I mentioned. I guess I'm going to listen to the new Fallujah this week. I don't know when we want to actually talk about it. I guess we could talk about it next week, since it's new.
Who knows, man?
We'll make promises here right now.
Oh, yeah, let's make promises right here that we'll never deliver on.
Nope.
I promise for every listener here.
I was showing somebody how bad Hailstorm is recently, so that's pretty fun. They're just in my recents on Google. So I was like, oh, yeah.
Nice.
I was making them listen to that Dream Theater re-release of Our New World that Lizzie Hale sang on. You remember that? You remember?
I don't remember most of the Astonishing, so I'm glad that's lost with it.
Like, because I don't know, people are like, yeah, it could be like Arion, where they have guest vocalists and like female singers for the female characters, and you're like, no one can sing like James or like really harmonize with him. Don't. Especially not a rock vocalist.
Especially not Lizzie fucking Hale.
Not a Jarl rock vocalist.
I feel that for sure.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this episode has gone on long enough.
Has it?
So, yeah, like 52 minutes.
Oh, shit.
Yep, so goodbye.
Sorry.